Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a very interesting video here that I want to share with you guys because this has been pulling my hair for like at least 6 hours. I even contacted my good friend Keith DeFacio. He was very helpful, and we tried to put two heads together, try to see what the problem was, and he gave me some good directions and as far as how to test the camera and so on. But let me go or what the problem of this car is having and what the solution or what the issue is, because I haven't solved it yet, but I can make it work. So the problem with this car right now is, well, this is the same vehicle they had before the accident on the left side that we replaced the fuse box, and we ended up replacing the brake booster and the brake ABS module. So I went ahead and did a full scan on the car, and it was no code, so done, right? So customer came to pick up the car, and he noticed, I drove the car around here, but I didn't put attention that the reverse camera wasn't working, and I wasn't even aware of like it had it. So that was the issue, at least for me. But so I started working on the car. I read, again, I did a full scan. There is no codes on the system. One thing that I can show you is I had the car already ID. The ignition is on, so I'm going to show you on the scanner. I've been going through everything. So if you go over to the advanced parking assist, which is where this goes. Let's read this. Okay, as you can see right here where it says parking assist function of camera is invalid. This is the first clue. Of course, when you put the car in reverse, the camera should come immediately on, and it's not happening. So again, the ignition is on. That was the first clue. No codes. What was the next one? I'm sorry. I think it's in the navigation system, which is this is all the navigation module and display. So if you go over to delete data, waiting for communication. Well, if you go to the leave data, as you can see here, the reverse signal, which is one of the inputs for that camera to come on. Again, I'm going to switch the car into reverse, but if you see right here, the reverse signal is not being received. Alright, so that was one of the clues. I said, okay, maybe the camera is bad. So there is a way that you can check this, and I have to give again thanks to that to Keith, because he's the one that mentioned that to me and how to get there. So let me see if I can set up this camera where you guys can see what I'm going to do. It's going to be a little hard, so let me explain. So what you got to do is you press with the ignition on, you're going to press the audio button, and then going to switch the light to tail lights, not all the way on, 3 times on and off with that being hold, and that's going to start a menu here. So let me do that, and then we go over to the menu. I'm sorry again for the weird angle of the camera. I'm going to do it very quick. Alright, I just did it. So that is what it comes on. So you can check the system in here, and then as you can see, no codes, everything is perfect. So for the car, there is no problems. You can go back to and go into function settings, and then into camera settings, because I was what about if the camera is no good, so when you go here, you just press hold in there, then release, and then you click onto next, and at least the camera's working. Don't touch anything in there. This is to correct the axis and vertical of the camera for calibration, so don't touch anything in there. But that's the camera works. So That is my main concern. So there is nothing wrong with the camera. In order to go out of here, all you got to do is turn the ignition off, and that's it. All right, so let me turn the ignition off. We don't need it no more in there. Let me get out of the scanner for 1 second and get in the car. I'm going to show you a little bit of the information that I went through, because I mean, again, dealing with it for like 6 hours, it's not really much of information that you can find. I mean, I was all over the place. So I even checked in the power control module, which is on the driver's side, right at your feet. It's 3 computers. Is the first one. It has 3 connectors, and I'm going to show you a little bit. So pin on the A53, pin 15, that's the backup light, and it comes from the shifter is in pin 14 on pin, let me see 1 second, because I'm going a little forward of the information. This one, okay, so let me see if I, okay, so I went ahead and looked for this information. This is the power management computer, hybrid vehicle control ECU. So we have the backup lamp. This is the signal that goes from the power management control module over to, if we follow this, we'll be actually in this one. It goes up and it goes into what they call the integration relay, which is actually the junction block assembly. Has a small module in there, because they also call the integrated relay something else. So I went ahead and found this out, that we have to have a signal and an MCLS, which is you know, as far as this information is telling you, or is telling us, let me see, it's got to be 14. So right here, oh no, well, I think I went right here, 15, A5315 is with ignition on, shift lever in reverse. It has to be, you know, it can be from 11 to 14 volts. So I went and checked that signal right there, and we have it. So I went over to the power integrated relay, which is what I'm about to show you. You have to remove it, because there is no way to check that with the actual color relay installed. So you have all these connectors in here. Like you see, it says 1F. So if you go down into the connecting views right here, it tells you which one is 1F, which one is for this one we're going to use 1F, 1G, and the 1L, which are the ones for the integrated relay. So I went ahead and checked this wire on this connector 1F, and the signal is there. So I went ahead and I checked on 1F the grounds. You have to have 2 grounds. You have to have a power from the alternator, which is a very heavy wire. Then you have another battery power in here, which is always on, and then you have an ignition, which is in, again, connector 1F, pin 15, violet cable. So to get you over the car, where this integration relay is located is again in the relay fuse box, right the engine, right next to your inverter converter. So you're gonna be misguided some, you know, information in Toyota called this one the integrated relay. Not for that. This is for something else. This is the integrated relay for the power distribution right here. In order to remove that, you have to put a screwdriver, small right here, open the clip in here and the clip in here, and then you just pull it up. So let me take this out of there and I show you. I got it out. So as you can see, again, it's held by 2 clips in here, right in the backs, right at the bottom in there. So you have, in this one, you have 2 connectors. Sorry. Second, guys, let me put the microphone so I can have one free hand now. Perfect. So you have 2 connectors with wiring. This violet cable right here is the ignition coming from the, you know, from the ignition, and then you're going to have a Y wire, which is the one that's coming from the signal from the power distribution module, in order to go to the blue one, light blue, which is right here. This is the signal the navigation and backup lights is waiting in order to activate the camera. So that's that light blue cable you have there. So besides that ignition in there, you're gonna have a power right in this big heavy wire, and then another power in here. Again, I checked all the powers, all the grounds, and everything is right there. Still, it's not working. I'm like, well, okay, we have powers, we got grounds. That's it. This is no good. I even connected down, and the Toyota give you an information, and this little pin in here, you can go with a multimeter and just see the pulses. It goes like 8 seconds high, like around 11 to 12 volts, and then goes from like a on and off. Let me show you that information, because that is also important in order if you're checking that out. Let's see, I always bookmark. I always try to bookmark all the stuff that I'm using. I guess I was already here. Let me see, parking assist, remote installation, no. Oh, integration relay, tech right here. Let's see if this is the one. Yep, okay. So this is the test that Toyota gives you, or has for you to do. So just connect your tester to ground, and then deposit it over to that small pin that I just showed you. And this is what a normal condition should be, and that is a no good. So the normal condition will go high for 8 seconds, and then low for like a second, up. It repeats like 9 times, and then it goes high for 4 seconds, and then repeats on and on and off and off, and then it goes again on for 8 seconds if it's supposed to be normal. So guess what, I did that test and it's completely normal. So okay, what's going on? That test is giving me it's normal, everything is perfect, and I have no reverse camera. So the only thing that I cannot check the way this is set up is actually the connections. Am I getting all these pins all the way down? Because if you can see from the bottom, there is not, all wires. This is all also straight connections that feed into those slots on the bottom. So luckily I have these sets of test leads. They're very good, that you don't need to disturb. This is for like the oscilloscope. It has a male and female on one end. So I had those, and I make myself this one for that heavy cable. I not really need to put an oscilloscope. I just wanted to check, then make sure that all the connections from the box to here, from the box to that relay or integration relay, is actually being completed. So let me know that you guys see that the reverse camera is not working. Let me do that connection, show it to you, and show you the camera working. Let me show you what I did again. So I rigged myself this extra big lead. It goes from the connector at the bottom, if you follow, to the box at the top. So right now I got physically able, I can see that all the connections are nice and tight and all the way in. All of them are right there. So that's what I did, with this. But this one's that you can, like I said, you can use your scope in there, which we don't need in this case. So right now, after I did that, I just, put the ignition on. It's not even on the car, but ignition on, and I'm going to just select the gear to reverse, and boom, right now we got reverse. And also, I didn't knew that, but if the camera's not working, the reverse lights are not working, so we have also the reverse lights on. So I now know that everything is 100% good except connections wise. So I don't need to replace anything. I just need to find why this integration relay is not going all the way in. So I wanted to show and share with you, with you guys all this, because sometimes it's hard especially, you know, when everything else is working good, when you have no codes. Okay, what can you suspect? I mean, if I would have just done this and it's not working, I was going to call this, let's call this integration relay. For me, it's a very, as a board and everything, so it's more like a module than a relay, but they call that an integration relay. So I was going to call it, but now we know that it's good, and this is the test. So we have the camera going on. Put it back in park, take the ignition off, and that's it. So again, I just wanted to share this because it's been pulling my hair, you know, for the whole morning. It was a hard one, but I got it done. So I hope you guys like the video. Keith, again, thank you so much for your help. Really appreciate. Anytime you need something, just let me know too. And for all you guys, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much.